What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Reed and I want to talk about the cameras I'm shooting, lenses, bags, overall gear talk, kind of like a documentation of what I like and why and how I've come to kind of collect this kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people think, like with photography channels, especially film photography, there's a lot of hype around gear and what to shoot, and it's just kind of like a big sellout. But I don't know, we all like gear, right? Everybody likes the Leica M6 and all the fancy stuff and what focal length you want to shoot and blah blah blah, and it's nice to know what other people use, and it kind of gives you an idea of maybe you didn't know about certain things or certain styles of photography and how to accomplish that with different gear and equipment. And so I just want to kind of break down everything that I use and how I've come to arrive at the collection that I have and why I like it and why I think it's important to have stuff that you like to use, you know? So we're going to go over a couple of categories. I want to go over cameras, lenses, obviously, but I want to go over bags. I think bags are nice, flashes, and then other random crap that you might want to have in your bag for certain things like that, right? So let's get it rolling, all right? All right, there it is. I have an M6. You can click away from the video, right? Whatever, just kidding. We'll go over a little bit of everything. How'd I get there, right? Back in the day, young naive Reed had a Leica CL. He thought, wow, it's like an M6, but it's way cheaper. And what could go wrong, right? Well, guess what? Leica CL died. Boom. The film advance totally jacked up on me. It would shoot like 3 frames nice, 4 frames nice, and then it would start to overlap shots. I can show a couple right here. And it was just a disaster. And I spent $400 on a CLA, got it back, totally had extreme anxiety on shooting it because I didn't want to break again. So I ended up selling it, sold it for $600, bought it for $200, sold it for $600, spent $400, wash, right? Boom, move along. I thought, what's like an M6, but I can save some money, right? I can still save some money, Boom, Bessa R2. Got the Bessa R2, felt all right, had everything I wanted, big bright viewfinder, 35mm frame lines, you know, all that jazz. But the problem with the Bessa R2 is that the build quality, man, like it just didn't feel like the CL in the hand. It wasn't as thick of a metal body and the film advance wasn't as smooth. And the main kicker for me that I just did not like was the metal shutter. It wasn't a cloth shutter, it was a metal shutter. And that doesn't seem like a big deal. It seems like kind of a benefit because you had higher frame rate. You had a 1/2000 of a shutter. It was loud, man. And the CL was so quiet. So I was just like, no, I gotta rock with the super silent shutter. So Bessa R2, bought it, short-lived, sold it, move along, right? So then here comes the arc of turmoil, right? I finally cave and I get an M6. Wow, a black M6. I find one on eBay for like $1,900. I'm like, this is amazing, right? This is a good price for an M6. And it was the big M6. And what that means is that the stamp on the body, I'll show a picture here, was just said M6, right? I think it was just a limited run where they changed the emblem. Then they went back to the regular Leica M6 where it says Leica on the front. But I thought, cool, the big M6, kind of stylish because it's like a little bit of a mix-up, right? So I order that, it arrives, and guess what? They sent me a regular Leica M6 that wasn't the big M6. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I smelled foul play. I thought, well, why didn't they send me the camera that was in the pictures? So got cold feet with that, asked the seller what was going on, and he did not understand what I was trying to say at all. So I think he just was using pictures from another camera and selling off his M6. I don't know what the deal with that was, so that one was returned. Bye-bye. And then I thought, okay, let's just go straight to KEH. Spent like $2,600 on a silver M6. I wanted the black one originally, but I thought, whatever, the silver's cheaper than the black one, right? So let's just get the silver, let's get it from KEH. Don't have to worry about anything with that, right? Pay a little bit more, but I'll have the peace of mind, right? Because I know what I'm getting, right? So I ordered the silver M6, and it is the one that you see in other videos that I've shot on the channel. But the kicker with that one is that it had a ton of zinc corrosion. And of course, KEH doesn't use pictures, so you can't see that crap. And I got it in and had a ton of zinc corrosion, all on the top plate, on the little bit on the bottom plate, a ton on the back film door. And I needed the camera at the time because I was going on a trip to Scotland. So I just said, you know what, whatever. I don't care about material things, right? I'm better than that, so let's keep the zinc oxide one, right? Let's keep the jacked one, whatever. So shot it in Scotland, fell in love with the platform. First time I really like used an M6 or like a camera like for an extended period of time, and I had that camera for over a year. Really enjoyed it, but there was that shadow kind of looming in the back of my mind where I just thought, well, I really should have bought the black one, but the black one is still made out of the zinc alloy and the silver one is made out of the zinc alloy. So do I have to get a Leica MP? But I don't really want the MP because it costs like $5,000. Is there a way that I can get the M6 and have the nice angled film rewind knob and have the look of the M6 and the feel of it, but not have to worry about the zinc oxidation issue with the body? And lo and behold, this one is the best one for me, right? Is one, I like the M6. I like the angled rewind. I kind of like this little finicky little bit here with the advanced lever instead of being solid. And this one, the titanium version, is a brass body with a titanium plating on it, right? So people got mad at that because it wasn't full titanium like other cameras. But for me, brass is what I wanted because it doesn't have the oxidation issue. And lo and behold, this bad boy is very, very clean and no oxidation issues anywhere. Beautiful. So, got the M6, that's that. This is my current camera setup, right? It's got a little bit of goodies that we'll talk about in all the chapters, but she's a beauty, and she's probably not going anywhere for a really, really long time. You know what? No, she's not going anywhere. This is the one I wanted, and this is the one I got, and it's baller. So, take that. All right, so that's the camera. What do you put the camera in? Got bags. Let's talk about it, all right? All right, check it out. My main bag, long weekend backpack. This bad boy is cute. It's green, right? And this is what I use to carry all my like filming equipment. So it's completely empty right now because I'm using my crap. Got some mics, got some batteries, got some other crap, you know, portable battery charger, just a bunch of normal, boring digital photographer junk, right? We're talking about film photography. But this is my main bag, so if I'm traveling around, I've got my digital stuff and I got my film stuff all in one big boy bag, right? But then, the cool little baby stuff, right? Sometimes, most of the time, I'm using this bad boy right here. This is the Hex Mini Sling in this cool blue color. And I use this most of the time if I'm just having the M6 and a flash and some film and doing some street photography, because then I can keep like my phone and my wallet in here and keep my pockets totally clear and just have my camera in my hand and then everything else in the bag. And I got this one, this is kind of cute. This is from Topology. This is like a little sack, kind of like a chalk bag for climbing. But Topology, you buy the bag and you buy the straps separate. So I've got this cool tan strap here. And then I got this camera insert for it. It's a blue one, it matches it. So this is just camera and film. That's it, little tiny boy. And this one kind of zips up like that. And then if I'm feeling like I need to go mega bare bones, my buddy Robin at Overt Photos on Instagram, check him out. He does a lot of automotive photography, super sick. He got me this teeny tiny little Reflex Lab bag, and I put this Adidas strap on it, and it's literally just for holding film. So if I want to be super, super, super chill, lightweight, free-flowing, it's just the camera and the film, and that's it. And I'm just like free, right? So that's if I'm feeling totally raw street photographer. I'm rocking just a little baby film holder, all right? So let's bring out some lenses. All right, back up top. So like I said, the main camera, the M6, but what I got rocking on here is this little baby boy. This is the Voigtlander Color Scope R, 35mm f2.5. It is a teeny tiny baby pancake lens, and I'm all about super lightweight portability, right? And this bad boy is tiny. So yeah, people might roast me because it's a cheap lens, and how are you gonna put a cheap lens on an expensive camera, but it's tiny, right? And it looked great. Here's a bunch of photos that I took from Scotland with it. Looks awesome, right? Sweet. Right now I'm shooting 800T, and I have this 85B balancing filter on it, so that's why it's orange. It's not black and white. But what's cool is because you can shoot black and white, and then you kind of have like a faux orange filter, so I can shoot black and white and color and not have to worry about taking the filter off, right? Sweet. So that's that lens. I'll take that off and put it over here. And then the rest of the M mount stuff, I've got, like I said, the TT Artisan 11mm 2.8 fisheye, pretty sick. This is a M to L mount adapter on it, so if I want to shoot it on digital. But it's a rangefinder lens. But here's a couple of photos I shot with that. Went around Halloween with this one, which is pretty cool with the flash. And got some cool shots. Then, we've seen this one in some videos. This is the Leica 90mm f4 LMRC. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful portrait lens. For video, it's amazing. You know, throw on this variable ND filter. I shot a video with this one. Otherwise, I don't have too many other film shots on it. It's nice, feels good, feels quality. These I'm pretty sure were designed by Minolta when the CL and the Minolta CLE came out. And then, but the Leica versions are made in Germany, but I'm pretty sure it's the same optical formula as like the Rokkor 90mm f4. They just look a little different, but I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same. Beautiful lens, highly recommend it for portrait stuff. But then, street photography, I like 28, right? And what 28 am I rocking? I've got the Voigtlander Ultron 28 f2. This brass lens, so smooth, black paint. You get some nice little wear and tear over time. It's gonna eventually have this beautiful patina. With or without the lens hood, most of the time you don't really need it because it doesn't flare hardly at all. So here's a bunch of pictures, pretty much all pictures from the farmer's market. When I was shooting that for a long time, we're taking on this, so we can throw up a bunch of them here, some of my favorites. Killer stuff, right? All right. Flashes, right? I was on the hunt to find the perfect little baby flash for a long, long time. I got a little bit of a collection here because trial and error, right? So I originally had one of these bad boys, Flash Q Q20, wireless receiver, throw it on the camera, hold the flash wherever you want, you know, good stuff. So then I was looking at these bad boys, right? These are like cheapo little baby flashes. I think it's like, this is called the F1, I don't remember the brand, and this is an Andauer S10 or something. Tiny little baby flashes. I think they're like guide number 12, Gen 12, Gen 10, 5, like really weak ones, but I liked how tiny and portable they are. These ones have internal batteries, and the internal batteries got just cooked. They don't hold a charge at all. You charge it up, throw it in your bag, next time you need it, it's dead. Total junk. So I was like, I need AAA, I need batteries that I can carry with me and I can swap them out and not have to worry about them dying. So these ones were short-lived. Got this bad boy, Reflex Lab, mini flash. I like Reflex Lab, but this flash was kind of pissing me off because it has this whole guide system on the back. Wow, it's so easy. You put in the film and then you set the settings and it's perfect, right? No, it's not perfect. I did a test and it's saying it's like a certain, you know, guide number 20 or something like that. It's like guide number 12 or 15 or something like that. It's a lot weaker than it's advertised. Maybe it's my copy, I don't know. Reflex Lab, hit me up, send me some freaking crap then, and I can, do a review on it, but I was shooting this and everything was coming in underexposed. So then I did a test on my digital camera and yeah, it was reading super low. So I was using it for a bit, just recalculating with an app on my phone what the flash settings needed to be. But that was kind of annoying me. So then I was like, maybe there's something else out there. Then I got this boy, Godox IM30. This one's powerful. This is like a guide number 25, I think, and it's accurate. And it's got like, a good style to it. Manual control, a little bit more variance than just like a couple of settings. And it takes batteries, so that's nice. Same with the reflex one, but I was using this one for a while. I think this is the one I used on Halloween. But I came into a rare issue with this one. With my fisheye is that this one was sitting low on the camera and the top of the fisheye lens was casting a shadow. Here's an example on some of the photos. So I was like, okay, I need a taller one. So then, Kex KF01, dang, what a beauty. Big slab of metal, designed after the Contax flash, I think the TLA 120, 140, something like that. This one's simple, I think it's guide number 12. Just flip it on, couple of powers. The diagram is actually accurate and correct, and it takes AAA batteries. So, and it's tall, right? It sits higher up on the camera, so you get clearance from any bigger lenses, doesn't cast a shadow. So this is my current, go-to flash that I've been using. Good stuff. And then last but not least, I got this fat Godox flash for if I'm shooting some stuff in like a studio or on location. I'll use this one as like the big boy, bounce it off of a ceiling or something like that, or through an umbrella. But then what I can do is I can have this on a stand, set it to slave mode, and then on the main camera I have a little baby flash that just is used to trigger the big one. So I don't have to have this on the camera. And I don't have to have any fancy receivers. I can just use a little baby flash that triggers this one, that triggers the main one. And yeah, it's been really good for that. I shot some engagement photos with this and they turned out great. Here they are. A couple of different styles and literally all of them single flash with this one, just triggering off of like a little baby one on the camera. So super nice. I want to talk about some little things about like getting equipment and how it can be like a not so gross consumerism mindset. You see something, you want it, you want it, you want it. I usually purchase things based on needs instead of wants, right? So as an example, with the 90mm lens that I got, right? I wanted to get a lot of compression in my photos. So couldn't achieve that with the 28mm. So I went and figured out how I can do that and got the 90mm for that, right? And then the flashes, right? I was trying to find a specific type of flash that didn't interfere with my lenses, right, that I had. So had to go and trial and error and find what I wanted. But I'm not just willy-nilly going and saying, oh my gosh, flash photography, what flash is Bruce Gilden using? I have to buy that one. No, I am trying to cater my kit towards my personal needs and not the needs of other people, right? Did my light just go to sleep mode? I don't think you should just be going online and searching what's the best gear for this and why is this the best camera and why is this the best lens. I think you should be really looking at it as like, what do I want to make? What kind of photos do I want to create and how do I want them to look? And then going from that and thinking, okay, how can I achieve that look? And then using your own critical thinking, your own knowledge, your own brain to then go, okay, well, this equipment looks like the right setup. Can I afford it? Does it work with my equipment? Does it work with my camera? Then let's do it, right? Does it feel good to use? Does it make me excited to take pictures? Does it inspire me to go out and shoot? Those are super important. You really think that my freaking Elmar C is the best telephoto lens for Leica? Yeah, freaking right. It's probably the cheapest, but it's tiny and I like the tiny gear. And that tiny gear for me makes me want to go out and shoot more. So that's my specific goals. Some people, they don't really care about big cameras and big gear, so then you can get a big lens. It's gonna be way better image quality. And if that inspires you to go and create beautiful work, is knowing that you have that capacity to get that really nice sharpness, then that's amazing. But my point is that don't just take the opinion of other people, go and experiment for yourself and see what you like. That will kind of branch you out and help you develop your own personal style and your own workflow. And there will be a lot less frustration when you're using your stuff because it's been curated to you versus you just trying to copy somebody else and what they've done. So if you want an M6 because that's your dream camera like it was mine, that's amazing. I'm not saying not to get one, but I'm saying maybe the M6 isn't actually your dream camera and you just want a Voigtlander Bessa R with the thread mount and you really like that like vintagey look of the LTM lenses, then maybe the Bessa R is perfect for you, right? And it's a lot cheaper to get that rangefinder experience than the M6. So that's kind of the moral of the story I'm trying to get at, right? If you guys got gear that you like, let's hear about your gear in the comments and kind of your collection that you've accumulated and why you like your stuff and, you know, maybe where you found it. Is there a story behind it? Have you brought it on a nice trip? Made some memories with your stuff? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it, you know. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, all right? Follow me on Instagram @_extraboy. Check out my website, reedriley.com. I got prints on there that are available for purchase if you guys were interested. If you've liked any of the photos in this video or previous videos, shoot me a DM on Instagram and I can do a custom print for you if you'd like, something that you resonated with and you'd rather have that than my kind of curated collection of photos on my website, then amazing. I'm glad that you connected with my work in some way. And yeah, I can do a print for you, right? Otherwise, yeah, appreciate it. I'll see you guys later, all right?